lead is stabilized. This race is right here. We're watching the lead stabilized about 5 or 6 car lengths. Grissom seems to be able to gain a little bit of ground. There's caution up to turn 3.
Robert Presley. And that is a caution flag. 5 to go.
And there's another car.
It was Todd Bodine trying to get past Mike Wallace, who spun up in turn 4.
It's not going to be one that's going to require wreckers or anything, so just a lap or so, and they'll turn these things loose. I believe the pace car will possibly run 1 lap, and then they'll turn them loose.
And again, that puts Todd Bodine to the back of the lead lap once again. What a day this has been.
But I tell you what it's going to do. It's going to give some serious shot on that lead race car. Grissom in the 31 and the 63. I went down to see them give 1 to go right here. Track is clear.
Yes, they are. No pace. Their pace car is out. They're going to line them up right now. 1 to go. This is lap 297. They will take the green flag and race 2 laps to decide this.
I would predict 2 pretty wild laps.
Now let's add Tom Peck into that equation because he is on the lead lap still. There's Nemechek coming up the outside to line up. So it is Bound, the race leader. That white-nosed red Nescafe car. Steve Grissom in 2nd. Ricky Craven in 3rd. Jimmy Hensley in 4th. Tom Peck in 5th. 6th is David Green. 7th is Mike Wallace. 8th is Tracy Leslie. And 9th is Todd Bodine. Is there enough sheet metal left for these next 2 laps?
We're fixing to find out.
Pace car is in, and here comes Chuck Bound. Got a good run down the front straightaway. Green flag with 2 to go. Thought he had this one wrapped up. Caution flag came out. Makes it a brand new race. But he's got a car length on Grissom as they come off turn 2.
Grissom gave him a little bit of breathing room when I restarted. I kind of just wonder what the deal was. He gave him a car length in between them before they restarted.
White flag for Chuck Bound. A 60-some race winless streak about to be snapped. Grissom right to his bumper at turn 2. Loosens him up just a little. Turn 3, this is it. Grissom on his tail. Bound off the corner. Grissom to the inside. Bound may be out of fuel. Rips it down and wins it. That's hard to believe. And there's Chuck's wife, Debbie, who's TNN's chief spotter. It's been a long 2 years for her, too. Waiting for Chuck to reach victory lane. Bound, Grissom, Craven. We'll be back. Back live at Martinsville, Virginia. A little post-race shoving around among some of the top 5, top 6 finishers here. But Chuck Bound will go to victory lane for the first time in 2 years, beating Steve Grissom, Ricky Craven, Jimmy Hensley, and Tom Peck, the top 5. David Green was 6th, Mike Wallace 7th, Tracy Leslie, Ernie Irvin, and Dennis Setzer in his first drive for the Alliance team. That's your top 10 unofficially. They were on the lead lap. Here's a look at it. Last turn, last lap.
You know, Chuck Bound did just exactly what he was supposed to. He protected the inside line. Grissom gave him a little shove off the corner. Then Bound's going to hold him off right there. Wins the race.
If Grissom had gone into 3 and taken the outside, could it have made a difference?
It depends how much room you give him on the outside. Last
Right.
lap, you just kind of, that mirror in that car gets pretty wide.
And here's Glenn.
Well, a lot of celebrating going on down here. Crew Chief Gardner, Jeff Hensley just gave Chuck a big hug. And, man, I've been working these races for over 2.5 years, waiting for this moment. Finally, congratulations.
Thank you, Glenn. I really appreciate it. We've had a long dry spell for us. Winning used to be pretty regular for the Nescafe, Hensley racing team, but, boy, I tell you, we have had a long dry spell. I hope we never go through that again. But, you know, the last couple races, we've come real close to winning. Got everything back on track. We're running strong, and we're looking forward to the future.
A few anxious moments right there at the end, and there was some concern about fuel.
I wasn't too concerned about fuel. If the crew was, they didn't tell me, but the restarts I was very concerned with. You know, these tires were unbelievably good, the Goodyear radials, but on the restarts, it took them a few laps to really get going. There was a lot of gouging and rubbing and grinding on the restarts, and I hated to see that last caution with just a couple to go because I knew what was going to happen. It comes down to, instead of trying to pull away from them, you just try to block and hold on to the lead, and we were able to do that.
Well, tell us about when you were able to take the lead from Todd Bodine. You guys got together, just looked like racing contact.
Yeah, we rubbed a little. You know, I tried him several times, got side by side with him a few times. Never could quite pull it off. Couldn't get on the throttle coming off the second turn when he was outside of me. Finally, I got dead even with him going into the third turn, and I took him up a little high, and I think he got loosed up and slipped on around. I wish that wouldn't have happened, but, you know, it's just hard racing for the win.
I think you got a big victory kiss coming here from wife Debbie.
Finally.
We'll leave him to celebrate now. Congratulations to Chuck Bell. And you too, Debbie. Mike?
Thanks, Glenn. Well, a little bit of post-race bumping between David Green and Steve Grissom. Green was upset at the Turn 1 incident that he and Grissom got together, sent David flying, and you saw Grissom here expand his point lead. 65 points is now the difference. It was 45 coming into this race. Chuck Bown is now third ahead of Ricky Craven, who had a good finish today, and Joe Nemechek winds up in fifth. Steve Grissom and his crew talking it over. He is the point leader and extends that lead today. You saw Tom Peck walking by there in the bottom of the screen. He had a great run here today, finishing fifth. Can you believe these last 50 laps? I'm kind of glad they lengthened this race. It was a heck of a show.
The whole complexion of the thing changed. One guy looked like he's in good shape, and then all of a sudden a little bumping and banging. He's back in the rear.
Add Todd Bodine to those cars on the lead lap. He was 11th today. Tim Fedowa was 12th, 13th to Bobby Dotter, 14th to Joe Nemechek, still without a top 10 despite 5 straight top 5 starts. 17th, Hermie Sadler. Give the 18th position today to Ward Burton unofficially. 19th, Ronald Cooper. 20th, Roy Payne. 21st, Rodney Combs. 22nd, Joe Bessie. 23rd, Clay Brown. 24th, Jeff Burton. 25th, Robert Presley. 26th today, Richard Lassiter. 27th, Dave Rezendes. And 28th, the last car running, was Johnny Rumley. We're off to Rockingham next week. Next Saturday, the Busch Grand National AC Delco 200, live at 2 p.m. Eastern. And next Sunday, the AC Delco 500 from the Rock. And in 2 weeks, we go to Phoenix. 3 weeks, we go to Hickory to wind up NASCAR racing on TNN. Fun show today, Neil.
I tell you, good short track racing. You hate to see contact that turns somebody around, but it's just a part of this type of racing. You run that hard, it's going to happen every now and then.
For Glenn Jarrett and Neil Bonnet, I'm Mike Joy, congratulating Chuck Bown, Hubert, and Jeff Hensley and their team on a big victory here today at Martinsville in the Advance Auto Parts 500.